Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Prime Business with me, Pius Kojo Baka. Now, government has finally launched the much talked about Eurobond debt exchange program. The Finance Ministry is seeking to restructure some $13 billion. The offer was communicated to investors around the world through the London Stock Exchange. The development should mean that the offer has been made to these investors for them to accept the new proposed terms or reject what government has put on the table for them. And this is a developing story, and of course we will update you in our subsequent bulletins on that. Economist Professor John Gachi has advised government to stabilize the cedi, control borrowing and manage the economy well to avoid paying high interest on debts. According to him, despite the conclusion of the debt exchange program, there must be a conscious effort to contain the interest payments in order not to derail the gains made after the DDEP. Reacting to a report by the Bank of Ghana which showed that total amount of interest paid by government for the first 5 months of this year witnessed some significant increase, Professor Gachi said managers of the economy must focus on achieving debt sustainability going forward.
Debt exchange program does not mean that the government is still not borrowing. So if you borrow, you need to pay interest. And again, if you are paying interest on debts which are denominated in the dollar, depreciation will affect the service of that debt. So that is the explanation I will give to them.
Fair enough.
So
go ahead.
if we manage our economy well and the cedi is stable, and then we control the borrowing, then we also accommodate the interest payments that we make. Well, what it means is that by the debt exchange program, we will resume especially the repayment of interest components of the external debt soon. By the close of the year, we are likely to pay close to about 500 million. That will be added to the repayment of debt for the year. And going forward, we are going to resume full repayment of the restructured external debt, and which means that the interest component or the repayment package will go up.
The Association of Ghana Industries has asked government to show more commitment by supporting local manufacturing firms to enhance their production capacity to boost the economy. They contend most of the local companies have the capacity to produce to meet demand, hence the need for a deliberate effort to cushion local businesses. Speaking to Joy Business, the Greater Accra Regional Chairman of the Association of Ghana Industries, Chiona Mapelu, stated that there must be a conscious effort to whip up the taste for locally produced items to strengthen the cedi.
The economy needs to be stabilized. I mean, what we want to do is to sit in our boardroom and make decisions, annual decisions, quarter decisions, half-year decisions, and knowing that our currency will be stabilized. Because as you speak, if you make decisions for 6 months, by the time you get to December, you are unable to control if the currency will remain stable. And so it's difficult to make boardroom decisions affecting your purchasing and supply and affecting your importation of raw materials. So that one thing that should happen is that we want the economy to be stabilized. Number two is that the raw materials that can be produced locally should be encouraged. For example, agri products. We have a lot of arable lands that should be used for farming, consistent farming. Why are we importing vegetables from abroad just to supply to the hotels? Why is that happening? Why don't we produce vegetables locally? Why are we buying chicken from abroad? Why are we importing chicken? Why are we importing rice? So I'm saying that we have to quickly be able to produce most of these things that we can produce locally. At the same time, we need to encourage consumption of goods that are produced locally as well, because some of the AGI members have capacity to produce locally to supply to the entire country. The challenge is that a lot of our people have developed taste for consumption of foreign goods, and that's also part of the challenge. So then we continually importing products that are already here and that are manufactured here. So our proposal is to ensure that we consume what is produced locally so that we can have more money staying in our economy as opposed to having to go and buy dollars in order to import.
The Ghana Mine Workers Union has served notice it will on Monday, September 16, picket the Jubilee House to present a petition to President Akufo-Addo on the happenings at Future Global Resources Bogoso Prestea mine. According to the union, it will escalate the picketing to Parliament and the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources until the mining lease of Future Global Resources is terminated to allow other prospective investors to take part in the ownership process of the mine. Now, the mine workers are accusing management of Future Global Resources for not running the firm efficiently. Momen Abdul-Bana is the General Secretary of the Ghana Mining Workers Union.
The National Executive Council of the Ghana Mine Workers Union, at its first half meeting held at the Ghana Shippers House in Accra, resolved to embark on a series of demonstrations, picketing, protest marches if the minister refuses to terminate the mining leases at the end of the 120-day notice, which expired on August 17, 2024. Consequently, beginning Monday, the 16th of September 2024 at 9 a.m., the union and all its members across the mining industry of Ghana shall converge in front of the Jubilee House to picket and present a petition to the President of the Republic. From the Jubilee House, the union and its members shall process to the premises of the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources, where we shall converge and picket up till the end of the day. On Tuesday, 17 September 2024 at 10 a.m., the union and all its members shall converge at the presence of Parliament to picket and present our petition to the Speaker of Parliament for the second time. It's interesting to note that the first petition that was presented was virtually jettisoned by the Speaker of Parliament and by extension Parliament. It demonstrates to all of us what persons in authority are doing to salvage the situation of ordinary Ghanaian people. But these are very, very important questions that persons in authority should begin to ask themselves. Indeed, from Parliament, we shall process back to the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources to continue our picketing up to the end of the day. From Wednesday, 18 September to Friday, 20th September 2024 at 9 a.m. daily, we shall continue picketing at the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources until the mining leases are terminated and the Bogoso Prestea mine put on sale to allow other prospective investors to take over the mine and run it for the greater good of all stakeholders. Choboy!
Away from that, the Social Security and National Insurance Trust (NIT) says it expects a significant improvement in its contributions by over 30% for the last quarter of 2024. Contributions for the trust for the first 5 months of 2024 grew by 28.8% to 1.9 billion relative to 1.53 billion recorded in the same period in 2023. Speaking at a breakfast meeting, the Director General for SNIT, Kofi Bosompim Osafo-Marfo, said the trust is prudently managing its assets across the country to achieve the feat.
I know, given what has been talked about in the media recently, a lot of you are quite rightly very interested in what is happening in our investment side of the business. And for those of you who have remained engaged on some of the news flow, I will just make a few pointers. The key point I would like to make is that we continue as a team within the trust to manage our investments and our operations prudently and very effectively. And this is showing in our figures. If you look at our figures in 2022 and 2023, indeed in 2022 we produced a surplus of about 230 million, and that came from a deficit position in 21. In 2023, we are looking at a surplus position of about 864 million. And in 2024, we expect a similarly strong performance based on the figures we have to date. This is driven by the very hard work that the team around me have put in. It's driven by improvements in our contributions collection, improvements in net investment income, improvements in our cost control, and in general, improvements in the way we run the trust. And so I want to take this opportunity again to reassure you that each of us working for you as employers and also the pensioners are doing our best to improve the scheme and its sustainability.
MTN Ghana is promising to support social enterprises through its Heroes of Change initiative. Addressing the Media Chief Corporate Service and Sustainable Officer at MTN, Ajua Yafe, noted that MTN will not relent on providing assistance to the less privileged in society through initiatives like the MTN Heroes of Change. She spoke at the launch of the 7th edition of the initiative.
Heroes of Change initiative is a flagship program of MTN Ghana Foundation. It is designed to recognize and celebrate individuals who are making extraordinary contributions to their communities. It also aims to create sustainable opportunities that impact communities and touch lives. So far, MTN Heroes of Change has supported over 100 social enterprises, providing assistance for the less fortunate in society. Ajua Yafe is the Chief Corporate Service and Sustainable Officer at MTN.
The Heroes of Change program, as we mentioned, is a program that seeks to unearth people within our communities who are doing things to bring change, social change to the communities that they live in. So these are the real heroes, as we said, the unsung heroes, those who are going out of their way every day to transform lives in a very meaningful way. So this season, as we are going out again to call for nominations for people within our communities who are doing all kinds of things. And we are looking in the area of education, health, and economic empowerment to uplift the lives of the people within the communities.
The launch of the 7th edition also introduced 2 new categories, Media and Digital Heroes, which will honor individuals leveraging social media and other digital platforms to drive change.
At MTN, we are now pushing digital inclusion. And as I mentioned, our strategic intent is to lead digital solutions for Africa and indeed Ghana's progress. So this year, we are going to look at people who are using technology to drive change within their community. So that's one of the big changes that we've made this year.
Nomination will be open through MTN social media portals. The 7th season will award the ultimate winner with an amount of 100,000 Ghana cedis.
The MasterCard Foundation and MEST have begun a series of engagement to support digital inclusion in Ghana's educational sector. The move also aims to gather ideas for education technology strategy for the country. According to the MasterCard Foundation, entrepreneurs in the education technology space will require some boost through partnerships and knowledge sharing in order to increase the country's digital opportunities. Here's more.
Ghana's edtech sector has rapidly expanded in recent years, offering innovative solutions to long-standing problems within the education system. However, despite this expansion, significant challenges still hinder the scale of many edtech companies in this sector. The Edtech Forum by MasterCard Foundation and MEST will support government quest to transform the sector to make it more attractive for both learners and teachers. Suraj Shah is head of strategic partnerships at MasterCard Foundation and has been explaining to journalists on the importance of the forum.
One thing that came out was there needs to be some sort of policy and strategy run by the government. So now you see us here today, a year on, a lot of discussions from that call of action has been had. You see the Ministry of Education here, they're talking about the ICT in education policy and how EdTech roadmap would fall into it. They're going to soon be asking who is willing to come and sit down together to bring us the data. Give us, based on your experience, what is working out there, peri-urban, urban, rural schools, so that all of it is combined. one of the things we hope to see is a government also saying that this is not a government to it alone.
Executive Director for St. Louis, Ghana, has been given the importance of having digital inclusion in the country's educational policy.
It needs to be human-centered, it has to be inclusive, it has to be equity and quality. These are the four things. The human-centered, just like we have human rights, we have digital rights. If we are moving our kids to online, there has to be some digital rights. So we need to think about them. Their security, their privacy, everything has to. That is why we are bringing all of you together. Speak to the ICT policy we have. I know our minister, he understands what we are doing. And before we even publish or make it a law or a policy, we will benchmark it with everything to make sure it's already ready for the country. We're not going to do anything in haste.
The Ministry of Education also used the platform to update stakeholders on the newly developed policy for ICT education and its benefit socio-economic development.
You're still watching Prime Business. Free consultation, discounted lightning items and goodies are some of the things to expect when you visit the stand of Global Lightning Center at this year's EcoBank Joy News Habitat Fair. The indigenous lighting company, which has been in existence for about 20 years, promises patrons quality but affordable indoor and outdoor lighting as well as lighting accessories. Now, Joy Business caught up with Nicholas Suate, a sales executive at Global Lightning Center.
For over 20 years, indigenous lighting company Global Lighting Center has been providing a full range of bespoke interior and exterior lights for homes, offices, gardens, and more. Their offerings include chandeliers, ceiling lights, wall lights, floor lamps, spotlights, track lighting, and what have you. They also have in stock other electrical appliances such as ceiling fans. We caught up with Nicholas Soate, a sales executive, ahead of the Joy News EcoBank Habitat Fair.
Global Lighting Center, if I may start, just like the name suggests, Global Lighting Center is a lighting company that has been in the lighting industry for over 20 years. And what has kept us very relevant is our quality that we bring into the market. And what we do is we deal in interior, exterior lighting, and we also have the electrical parts that we also do as in Global Lighting Center. So what we do is in the first fix, we have the first fix product like the PVC pipe, the conduit boxes, the pattress boxes, the distribution board as well, and the 3x3 conduit boxes. Then when you go to the second fix, we have the cables and the wiring for any other accessories that comes with it. Then for the third phase, that is where we come in with the lighting, the switches and sockets, and also the ceiling fan as well. So these are the phases that we master or we deal in.
Let's talk about quality. I see a lot of products here in your showroom, but how good are these products?
Okay, so when we talk of quality, what we do is we have partnered with some lighting companies across Europe and few in Asia. So we make sure that we identify with our products. The product that you see in Global Lighting here, you will not see it in any lighting company across the country. Even because we identify with our product, anytime you buy from us and you take it to any of our branches, you don't even have to show so much proof to know that you bought from Global Lighting. As soon as they see the light, they know this is coming from Global Lighting. And we make sure that the lights that we've partnered with are the best when it comes to lighting in Europe and in Asia as well.
I mean, the bit about quality also brings to fore, affordability. I mean, can I afford Global Lighting Center or products from Global Lighting Center?
Global Lighting is very affordable, very, very affordable. And with the kind of quality that we bring in and the price at which you are getting it, you should know that we are rather doing the masses a big favor because the quality and the prices really, really match. Any amounts that you come to Global Lighting with, you can get lights to buy, you can get something to buy. And we also, even if you are doing the projects and the BOQ or the value of the project is very huge, what we do is we have a payments plan and we have a terms that we deal with our contractors. So what we do is you do part payments, then we spread the rest across a reasonable amount that will benefit both parties. So you see, Global Lighting, like I said, we are very, very affordable.
Okay, now let's look at what you have here in your showroom. I see a wide range of lights here, from some ceiling lights to some wall lights. I mean, what are some of the products you have?
Okay, so when we talk of, let me start with the interior lighting. The interior lighting, we have the spotlights, we have the recess lights. The spotlight, we have it in both recess and surface. Then we also have the chandeliers. We also have the panel lights, which comes in different wattages. It comes in 6 watts, it comes in 12 watts, it comes in 8 watts, and we also have 24 watts. Then we also have the interior or the inside wall lights that is used to decorate the walls within the room. Then when you go to the outside lights, we also have the fluorescent lights. We also have the floodlights. Then we also have, we also have the strip light for inside. Then we also have the garden lights, which some people call it the landscape for the outside light. Then we also have outside wall lights that we use to decorate the building itself. And that comes in two forms. We have the one that gives you the washing on the wall, which throws the up and down lights like you see behind me. Then we also have the one that gives you the general lighting that throws on the building for you. So basically, we have anything that has to do with lighting and ceiling fans as well.
So where can I locate Global Lighting Center? You
can locate Global Lighting Center here in Accra at the main head office is at Spinktest. We are on the same building with, we are at Victory Junction on the same building with Mini Melcom or Pizza Hut. Then we also have, we just opened the Osu branch. Then we are just opposite the AGI house, directly share the same building with Habitat Essentials. Then we also have one branch at Opera. The Opera, we are directly opposite the Opera Square building, the Opera Square, former Opera Square Cinema. We are directly opposite Accra Central here. We are directly opposite it on the first floor. Then when you go to Kumasi, from the Ahojo roundabout towards Santasi, we are just direct opposite the Palace Mall.
They also have SPN and RON distribution boxes in 6-way, 8-way, and 12-way.
In case I come to Habitat Fair, why should I visit Global Lighting Center stand?
Okay. So for the reason why you need to come to our stand at the Global Lighting Center is, one, we are giving items at a discounted price. 2, we are giving free consultation. Then 3, we are also giving advices on how to apply your lights. Everything comes for free. And we are also bringing some hand-picked items that you can buy there. We are selling some items that you can buy. So you don't need to come all the way to our showroom to maybe pick a spotlight or pick an adapter or an extension board. You can just buy it up front at the Habitat Fair. So that is why you need to visit our stand. Most people who don't sell their products, you need to come to their showroom or their office. But with Global Lighting, you can buy from our stand as well.
Are there any discounts available?
Yeah, we have discounts. Just like every year, we have discount packages that we bring to the Habitat Fair. Even if you don't buy, what we do is we give you a brochure with a signature, or we sign on it, so that even after the Habitat Fair, whenever you go to our showroom with that brochure, which shows that you are at the Habitat Fair, you get to enjoy the discounts that we are giving at the Habitat Fair.
So now you know, for all your electrical and lighting needs, don't forget to visit Global Lighting Center at the Joy News EcoBank Habitat Fair. See you there. And the good thing is that you have to be there. You have to visit the EcoBank Joy News Mini Fair at the Good Park near Accra Mall. And the fair will start from 13th to 15th September from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. daily. And admission is, of course, free. Be there to engage with various stakeholders in the housing value chain. EcoBank Joy News Habitat Fair. Get a house, make it a home. That's it for the bulletin. I am Pius Kojo Baka. Prime Sports is next with Razak.